Sloot, the primary suspect in Natalee Holloway's disappearance, pleaded guilty in an Alabama federal courtroom this morning and now faces a 20-year prison sentence.
The 36-year-old Netherlands native faces charges of extortion and wire fraud after he tried to sell information about the location of Holloway's remains to her family in exchange for $250,000. We want to get to NBC News correspondent Kathy Park, who is live in Aruba, where Holloway first disappeared back in 2005. Kathy, it is good to see you. So does Sloot maintain his innocence in Holloway's disappearance? Why did he plead guilty today to the extortion charges? And did he reveal anything that the family was hoping for?
So, Vicky, to that question, it's unclear why he decided to plead guilty, because originally he entered a not guilty plea when it comes to the extortion case. So it certainly came as a surprise to both parties. But as you mentioned, this is something that stems back from 2010, when ultimately he asked, demanded about $250,000 from Beth Holloway, Natalee's mother, in exchange for information about Natalee's disappearance. And at the end of the day, he gave false information to law enforcement, and therefore he was federally indicted, was extradited from Peru to Alabama back in June. And at that time, he entered a not guilty plea. But obviously, there have been a lot of twists and turns with this case that we've been following for the past 18 years. And as you mentioned, he pleaded guilty to the extortion and wire fraud charges. And in court today, our producer, who was inside and was able to get some more details and some color regarding Sloot, he said sorry to the Holloway family. He also apologized to his family as well, and said that he is not the same person that he was back then, and he has found Jesus Christ.
He said he's not the same person, but Kathy, the judge also considered those victim impact statements. What did we hear from that? I mean, what happens to Sloot after that?
So there were victim impact statements that were submitted from other family members, but we did hear from Beth Holloway just moments ago in the courtroom. Obviously, she was extremely emotional. She is still very grief-stricken, and looked at Sloot only once in the courtroom today and called him a killer, saying that you look like hell, and hopefully that he is reminded every time that jail cell door slams, he is reminded of what he did to her daughter. So obviously an emotional day in the courtroom today, and I understand that lawyers are holding a press conference right now that the hearing has wrapped up. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more information from that.
All right, NBC News correspondent Kathy Park there on the ground in Aruba for us. Kathy, thank you.